Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at some gameplay that got sent to me here from a fellow content creator, Jamie, with the new Shadow Talonflame. As you've seen on my channel, or as you didn't see on my channel, I haven't actually showcased Shadow Talonflame at all yet, because A, I was on vacation, and B, I actually never get this Pokemon. I never got a Shadow fledgling till this point. I did around, I think now at this point, 150 grunts total. I have around 10 Pinky Pack, which is the same grunt. I just get so insanely unlucky with this Pokemon that I've never seen it. I have no idea what else I should do. Like, I did so many flying type grunts. It is ridiculous, but at least we have some gameplay here that we can showcase as well for the current Catch Cup, as far as I know that. Oh, we're gonna see here also the nice trick to try to deny fast move DRE, I think it's called. It's kind of that you lose like one fast move for when your Pokemon dies and you go back into another one. It's a lot of times you lose one fast move there. This here, what they did there as well, the minimizing of the app, is not consistent from what I've seen. I'm doing some coaching as well, and the person that I'm coaching currently does the same thing, and I feel like it barely really works, but maybe it works the odd time, who knows. The first battle here is going to be a win, as we're going to see the clanging scales land against the opponent's Galarian Moltres. I'm doing currently still my battles as well again, now, with also the Catch Cup. Okay, that's a very fast battle here, that's kind of cool. You will see only, I think, gameplay from me as soon as I'm gonna hit Legend, maybe like 1 or 2 videos before, because I'm actually still not Legend yet, which is by far the latest I've ever been for this, so yeah, it is definitely an interesting season for me. I'm definitely still confident that I'm going to be able to hit Legend this season. I'm currently close to 2,900, so I should hopefully be able to do it in the next 2 or 3 days. But I don't want to reveal my team yet. I don't want to like change my team for another video again. I want to hit Legend with the team that I currently have. There's some other teams I haven't released yet as well. They worked out super well. They climbed me a lot of elo, which I all going to reveal as soon as I'm going to hit Legend. I just want to make sure that this is not going to be the season where it all ends. I have hit Legend every single season so far, so yeah, that's when I'm gonna do my own gameplay again. I actually have some other gameplay as well that got sent already, or like gonna get sent soon, towards other interesting Pokemon, so definitely stay tuned for that content. And of course, you have the meta analysis videos for the new season coming. Anyway, let's take a look a little bit more at the gameplay here. We're going to see a shield coming up here from the Shadow Talonflame. The main thing about Shadow Talonflame here is, of course, the Flame Charge, which allows you to boost your own attack, which is going to be lovely, with a Shadow bonus and Incinerate damage being insane already, but also the charge move pressure that you have with this Pokemon. Fly as a Shadow move is just doing so much damage with the stab on it as well. And I'm curious on if Talonflame is going to change maybe next season with the addition of Pack being buffed. I highly doubt it's actually going to happen, but it would be interesting to see that. But here we're going to see another win here with the Talonflame as we can move on to the next battle. Here we're going to see Gliscor in the lead. This is going to be a bit of an interesting one. They have access to Air Relays, a move that's going to get nerfed next season. If you haven't seen my video towards the top nerfs for the next season for the Great League, definitely check out that video as well. We talked about the pre-evolution in that video as well, so definitely give that one a try if you want to see what Pokemon you maybe shouldn't build for the next season. But yeah, you're going to see here the Corsola against you. This is going to be an interesting matchup, as you're going to have here a Pokemon that does resisted damage against you, but still kind of chunks away with a fast move, but takes super effective damage from the Dark Pulse, and that's kind of cool that you're running Dark Pulse on your Hisuian Quillfish. I assume you just don't really have a better Pokemon here than this currently. I guess like Drapion is just a better version of the Hisuian Quillfish. But it's Catch Cup, so people have to run what they can run with, and this is a Pokemon that I guess, yeah, would usually not really see a lot of light, and that's like kind of the beauty of the Catch Cup, that Pokemon that you wouldn't really see a lot of times now all of a sudden have some play again and being used again. Also for Catch Cup, definitely there are a ton of Giratina currently around, so if you try to build your own team, definitely make sure that you are aware of that. And honestly, I love Clanging Scales, I love kommo-o. I think kommo-o is going to be such an interesting Pokemon for the new season. I should make myself like a list as well for like the Pokemon that I want to showcase first. Kommo-o is definitely one of those. The next season is very exciting. I'm very, very excited for that already. I'm looking into it the entire time, and it's honestly such a cool change that's coming. I know that a lot of people are a little bit scary about the top meta, but I do think that the meta that we're going to have is counterable, which is something that I feel like we haven't had recently. I feel like it was like so I don't know, it was like so wide that there was basically no team that really countered it, and you wouldn't be able to have like really anti-meta Pokemon because there is no real meta, and that was like my main issue with this current season, and that's also why I kind of struggled the most. I don't really want to put it onto, oh yeah, I had like not enough time. I had a little bit of stress or whatever as well with university, but like I don't really want to have as an excuse there. What I definitely want to say for this season is that I feel like the meta itself was so wide that I found it very difficult to find teams towards breaking that meta. I do think that the next season might be a little bit easier for that, because it's kind of very centered around like Steel type and Dragon type Pokemon, and there's certain Pokemon that can break apart those. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in the new meta for sure. Here we're going to see a Lantern, a Pokemon from the old meta. Actually, maybe it's going to be a hint for a video for later on. I have to see. There are a lot of videos I have planned. One is definitely towards Pokemon from old metas that are going to be good now, so definitely stay tuned for that. But here, we're going to see the Overfarm. We're going to see the No-Shield coming up as well. The Dragonclaw definitely will have knocked them out here already. But we see the farm with the Talonflame, which is going to be interesting. The opponent very likely going to use a shield here, and now it's down to Talonflame against that Lantern, and I'm curious if this next fast move is going to be enough to knock them out already. They're not going to reach another charge move here, and with that, we're going to see the charge move against the Ferrothorn is going to be able to knock them out here, guaranteed. This is doing so much damage, even though like they have only 1 HP left, and we see here the Talonflame sweeps end game. Oh, that is a horrible matchup. Clefable. Clefable is an interesting pick as well for the GO Battle League. I think this Pokemon might have a little more play next season with all the Dragon types. But as you will see here, there's going to be the Hisuian Quillfish going up against the Clodsire. This is going to be interesting as well. We're going to have another charge move coming through here. This is going to be doing some sort of damage, and this is the cool thing about the Quillfish, having access to that Aqua Tail generally for like the Derapian as well. Like the Aqua Tail coverage is such a good coverage for those Pokemon. And as you see here, this is going to allow you to knock out the Clodsire. Close, nearly 1 HP they survive with, which is kind of annoying. You have to take the Earthquake. I guess it would have been better to go for the Talonflame there then. But yeah, to be fair, then generally Talonflame would have been a little bit better, but I guess you just want to sacrifice your kommo here, going for the Clanging Scales. Getting the shield for what reason? Like, did they expect, I don't even know what kommo can learn. I think it's Iron Head, something like this. Did they expect that? I'm not too sure. We see the Aqua Tail coming through here on the CMP tie, doing a little bit of damage here against the Clefable, but I think ideally you want them to go for another charge move, which they do here. And now it's time for Talonflame to sweep again. Hopefully there's a Pokemon in the back that you can deal with. This is going to be tough. I think you have to no-shield the first move. You do no-shield the first move, which I think is the right call. It's most likely going to be the Dragonclaw exactly, but it is not going to work out for you. This is not going to work out. This is very likely going to be a loss here, as sadly the Talonflame just doesn't have the bulk to survive the hits. And with that, we're going to see here the forfeit, and we can move on to the next opponent, where Gastron invades. This is going to be a very, very solid to see this in the lead, because Gastron is going to be a Pokemon that your backline doesn't really want to face, depending on the moves that it has. Talonflame is usually kind of alright, because it usually doesn't run water-type moves, but actually seeing quite a lot of Gastrons' meta here, basically, that run Water Pulse, as you see here as well. And so, yeah, now at least you know exactly that the Talonflame is going to need to use a shield, but he could use this as an opportunity to even try to get more energy in order to maybe even fully farm. Oh no, they're gonna go for the Body Slam. That means you have to go for a charge move here, but they swap out anyway into the Scissor. What the fuck? Like, sorry, like what? Like why? Why would anybody do that? Oh yeah, let's go into my Scissor against a Shadow Talonflame. There must have been a misclick. Like that must have been a misclick. Because like this is so ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's kind of funny. It's honestly kind of funny. The cool thing, by the way, about Shadow Talonflame, which I like compared to the non-Shadow version, is that you're running Flame Charge and Fly, which is generally not considered the better moveset. But with that moveset, you have an interesting scenario with the Incinerate turns. So basically, what you can do is you can go ahead and go for your Flame Charge first, so 3 Incinerates, and you can do the next 2 flies after only 2 Incinerates. So it is great pacing, which you don't have with Brave Bird, because Brave Bird is 55 energy, so the first fly is going to be cheaper, but the second one is already needing 3 fast moves again. So the pacing is quite a bit better here for this version of the Talonflame. Of course, you can use the same moveset on the non-Shadow version, but it makes more sense to have the Flame Charge on the Shadow bonus. Dusclops is going to be next. This Pokemon is going to be, a bit more of a difficult one. We're going to see the swap into the, what's called here, the Quillfish. This is going to be alright. The Ice Punch is coming through. And here comes the Moltres. Moltres is going to be alright for us as well. Here we're going to have the Aqua Tail coming through. It's going to be Aqua Tail spam. I could see that Qwilfish actually wins in the 2 shields because you just outspeed the opponent, you resist the fast moves. I do think it's worth using a shield here if the opponent goes for a move because, alright, you can of course use it also as an opportunity to farm them down with the Talonflame or go for the kommo and farm them down. Both options are totally solid as well, but you would have been able to, I guess you can fully farm them here. Yeah, that's alright, I think that's a better play as well. But yeah, we're going to see a Dusclops coming in now, having to go up against Clanging Scales. This might be a CMP tied to an Ice Punch, that's not going to be ideal for you. But you can go for the no-shield. Everything goes towards the Talonflame. They really play towards the Talonflame. And they don't even go for the Ice Punch, which means you can survive this here. And you can go ahead and go into your Talonflame. Now, you could try to farm them down, but I think it's best to actually go for the move here. I thought the opponent had a charge move already, but lucky that they did go for the overfarm by quite a bit there, and we're gonna see the KO. They have Cloudside in the back, and this should be a good game. And here we see exactly what I was just talking about. You can just go basically for 2 fast moves to go for a fly here again, and that is just going to be nice coverage and like nice pressure onto the opponent. But at this point, the Incinerate damage just chunks so much from the opponent that that's going to be enough to knock them out. And we see a fellow Talonflame user here, which is going to be interesting, as we will see as well that they try to go for optimal timing, which allows your kommo-o to just go for a Dragon Claw, and that is going to be quite a bit better. As you will see here, we're going to have the shield coming up, and I guess you could use 2 shields to just fully farm them. I think that's the ideal way. Or you go for the charge move winning the CMP tie. That's actually smarter. That is actually smarter. I wasn't sure who wins the CMP tie here, but apparently it is the kommo-o, which is going to be great for you because now you just have alignment, you have still your kommo-o alive, and they don't have an answer for it. But they also reveal that they are Swampert in the back, and they make a huge mistake by not going for their charge move straight away. They usually would be able to outspeed you here, but they didn't do that, and this is going to allow you to put the Swampert into a range where you could just go ahead and go into your Talonflame and just fully farm them down. Or you go to the Qwilfish, but you're gonna have to take it in the charge move first, and that is risky. You could swap out now, and yeah, you're gonna swap out now, you're gonna keep the other move, and that is a good game. Like, there's nothing the opponent can do here. What is Toadstool gonna do here? Who invited you, man? Who invited you? There's nothing that you can do. Rep is gonna get shielded. Don't think the first one needed to be shielded, but with the damage that you have with the Incinerate anyway, they don't get to another move, so it is going to be a good game. There's nothing the opponent should be able to do here anymore. And with that, we are going to be able to move on to the next opponent, where a Toadstool awaits. And we will see here as well the Mawile coming in, an interesting Pokemon, running Astonish here as a fast move. Mawile is definitely a very, very cool Pokemon, having access to Power Up Punch. There's another Fairy and Steel-type Pokemon, which is actually very solid. Actually, 2 Fairy and Steel-type Pokemon that are very solid in this meta. Fairy and Steel-type are very good in the current Catch Cup. That is definitely something I can hint towards my team as well. But yeah, this is going to be here the Mawile, which is going to not enjoy this matchup too much. Resisted fast move pressure. The Power Punch don't really hurt too much. You can actually go for the farm down with the Talonflame as well if you want to. Iron is coming through. Talonflame is going to enjoy this farm down. And you have a 2-shield advantage, energy advantage, Talonflame against the opponent. Like, what do they have here? They have Regidrago. Actually, for this team, I would have enjoyed having close combat on that kommo-o, by the way, just in case you're going to encounter a Bastiodon. I know it's more unlikely in this kind of meta, but still could happen. Like, literally could happen here. And so I think it would be kind of better to cover the weakness there to Rock a little bit, Rock and Steel, I guess, a little bit more for the Talonflame. But like this, you're going to be able to win this battle with the Dragon Claw, and this is going to be it for this game. I think there are 2 more games coming up, you know. Let's see how they're gonna go. We have Giratina here, Shadow Giratina in the lead. That is going to be a Pokemon that, yeah, you're just going to be great against because your fast move is super effective. But you still have to use some shields against the Dragon Claw, which they outspeed you to. You can still go for your own Dragon Claw here, which is going to be allow you to get either the shield back or the KO. And we'll see the shield coming up here, and you swap out into the Qwilfish to catch a move, but it doesn't work. But at the end of the day, you're going to get out the Pangoro, which also doesn't really want to go up in this matchup. They are forced to go straight close combat here in order to knock you out. Yeah, and this is something that you're going to take advantage of, because we see here, they should be energy dry now. You could go into your Talonflame here, go for 2 Incinerates, farm them down, or you go kommo-o and just go for 3 or 4. Okay, I guess they will have still reached another Night Slash against the other Pokemon there as well. So that's alright. Unfortunate here that this is a CMP tie, so the kommo-o is not going to get the energy at all against the Pangoro. And as we will see here, there is going to be incoming the Regidrago again, which means this game is over. Regidrago is a bit too tough there. I guess if you went into Talonflame, you would have mostly won this battle, but yeah, of course you never know what the opponent has in the back. especially with like a Dragon type Pokemon already in the lead. It's more like an ABA style line there from the opponent just now. We're going to have the Shadow Giratina here against our kommo-o. This is going to knock your kommo-o out, and we see the Qwilfish coming back in. Qwilfish actually doesn't really enjoy this matchup either, especially that's gonna get to another move. I don't know if it's actually worth it to use a shield here. I don't know. We see the Fortress coming in. This is going to help you out a ton, especially now with the Shadow bonus. You're gonna get not the KO in time, but this is mostly just a Sand Tomb. It is just a Sand Tomb, so you can still survive it. We still have the energy here now for the Giratina. You're gonna go for the, Flame Charge, which makes sense, trying to boost yourself up. And with that, you are going to be able to now go ahead and go for even another Flame Charge to boost yourself up even further. I would actually go for the Fly again, just for the pacing reason, like just in case, but at the end of the day, we know there's a Tinkaton in the back, and that is going to be a good game because the opponent just takes too much damage. Holy shit, the damage output is ridiculous. Okay, and now to the final battle. They actually sent me even more battles. I just like to keep my videos around this length here, especially like for Catch Cup and whatever. If it's like a long legend run, then it's kinda maybe I do some longer stuff there as well, because I'm recording 20 million battles currently as well with the team that I'm currently running, climbing with. But this is a cool insight towards what the Shadow Talonflame can do, but also gives you kind of a little bit of an insight on what the Shadow Talonflame cannot do. And this is definitely surviving hits. You're afraid of. You have to put yourself in a very good position, which this player definitely does do quite well. You kind of have to put yourself in a position where the opponent doesn't have energy and you can farm them down, which is quite tough. Like, it's not something that is an easy task. I think that Shadow Talonflame has... Oh, what the hell are we encountering here? Reggie Cool. Yeah, I don't think that... I think that Reggie, of course. I think that Talonflame is a Pokemon that needs a little bit of skill to master, which is cool for Go Battle League generally. I think that Pokemon like this are helpful because for people who actually know directly on how to play it, make game plans towards it, they're very, very good. For people who don't do that, they might be a little bit difficult to play. But this gives more diversity and kind of more, I don't know, depth into the gameplay, and this is kind of cool. Thanks so much for sending in the battles. Again, I wasn't able to get myself a Talonflame, so thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to showcase it here. Check out the channel, I'm gonna link it down below, and I will see you then. Bye bye.